Whenever you're ready, Dave. Dave's got morning sun on his face.
We are all set to go.
Excellent. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is a convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, and we are meeting virtually, so I'll do a roll call. Good morning, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner Maynard.
Good morning.
And we'll get started. It is, just 1 second. It is still October 25th. It's our agenda setting meeting, number 155. And we have minutes, Commissioner Maynard.
Madam Chair, I'm not sure. I want to clarify if those minutes actually got circulated.
I don't have them, and so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss them, Commissioner Maynard.
Yeah, I did send them to you last Friday, but I didn't see them circulated around to the full commission.
I did get them, and you're right. I'm not sure if they got circulated. Can we roll them over?
So I would table them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you did send them an email. I just think it might have been a miss. No problem. Thank you. Okay. Then we're going to turn right to our planning. We have our upcoming meeting schedule, right, for January 4th. Hopefully that continues to be okay for everyone. If not, let Trudy know. Our next meeting is going to be in Springfield. Well, actually, we have a public hearing on Thursday for the Community Mitigation Fund. We'll be hearing outside comments, and Mills has us set up for that Thursday at, what time is that for Mills?
It's at 10 a.m.
That's at noon.
Oh, I'm
Noon.
sorry. I thought next Thursday. That is at noon. Joe, that's the second time I've done that.
Yeah, Thursday at noon, right? And then we'll have, just to remind everyone, it's a little bit different. It's a webinar setup, so look for your link for those who are participants. Otherwise, if you don't have a link, don't panic. It's being streamed through YouTube, and that's how it's Mills devised this system to accommodate kind of our programming and our formats. So for those who are not participating, you can watch on YouTube. All right. And then after that, our next public meeting is November 2nd out in Springfield. Thank you to those who've been busy setting that up at Mass Mutual Center. We'll have an administrative update, perhaps no pressure. Interim Executive Director Grossman, but I don't know if you have anything on.
Actually, Alex, Dr. Langbaum mentioned possibly doing an update on the sire stakes that are ongoing, took place yesterday. So we thought maybe we would discuss that.
Great, that will be good. And yesterday the races were beautiful, Dr. Lightbound, so thank you. Gorgeous day for it. All right, and then we'll have the update on that. And then if anything comes up in the interim, just let us know, okay? Meeting minutes, we will roll over the agenda setting, or do you want to wait till another agenda setting? Is that how we're supposed to do it, Commissioner Maynard? Should we wait, or can we do that on?
I would just roll it over to the next agenda setting.
Okay, thank you. All right. And do we have, by chance, minute dates for the, I think Judy may have sent them to me. Jordan, Commissioner Maynard?
Yeah, so we do have February minutes that we are going to go over, 2 sets. I would have to pull the dates.
That's fine, yep, but 2 sets, okay. Great. Legislative update, Commissioner Hill? You'll have something, we'll keep it on?
We'll keep it on, and if nothing shows up, then
Well, report nothing.
yes.
Makes for a short report. Okay. Ying, we just talked about that regulation. You're going to be all set for that?
Although, Madam Chair, if I may, so that, Ying, that citation on the notice isn't, it's not section 2, is it?
1 moment.
I
Say
think
again,
it's 152.
Yeah, it's I think there's two regs that are kind of combined into one in number 4 on the agenda setting, the grid here.
We'll
So-
need clarification on that then, yeah?
Yep. So Ying, actually, if you could just send Trudy the proper site and some language for the agenda, Trudy and the chair, that'd be helpful. And then, Madam Chair and Commissioners, there's this second reg, which I think this is also getting at, which is 205 CMR 2.0, and that's the racing application reg and process. So that I believe will actually be ready for the 16th, so we can get to that in the future. But that's a separate reg.
Yeah, what is the number, Ying, for court-ordered exclusion?
205 CMR 152.
152, that's right. You just said it to me earlier. Thanks. All right, perfect. So just those two, not just those two?
The second one actually would be for the 16th, but yeah, those are the.
Oh, so not for November 2nd, for the
Right.
16th. I
Right.
think that's right because of comments. Okay, thank you. But we combined it, I see. All right, but right now, the only reg then, I'm looking to the entire legal team for November 2nd is Ying's 152.
I think that's right.
Okay, thanks, Scott. All right, sports wagering. Good morning, Director Ban.
Good morning. I believe Andrew might have something.
Yeah, we have two house rule updates, one from Fanatics, some minute changes, and then another one from PSI, just changing their name in their house rules from Barstool to the operator, but we can present those on Thursday. Only question for Thursday, being a live meeting in Springfield, is there a remote link for our online operators to join in as well, in case there are questions?
I'll turn to Mills. Did you hear Andrew's question for next Thursday for outside books?
I'm sorry, Chair Andrew, could you repeat that? I was
So the next Thursday's meeting is a live meeting in Springfield. Is there a remote link for our online operators to join in case there are questions for sports wagering house rules?
there will be, absolutely. And I will get that to you. There is not currently, but I will get that to you.
Okay, yep, then we'll be all set for next Thursday.
Yeah, I think that the link is in our boxes. But I know I have it. So Trudy has sent out an invite, so it should be available to if you can just work with Trudy to forward it to the operators.
Absolutely. And I just want to make sure that the everything works for the folks where we're having the meeting before we do that, and then we'll make sure that it gets to them.
Yeah. Thanks for asking that. But yep, we absolutely have a virtual component, Andrew. And Andrew, just so I know, it's both Fanatics and PSI. And if you could just send the exact language that you want for the language that you would like to Trudy and me, that would be really helpful.
Yep, I'll have that all in by today.
Yeah, as well as the names of the individuals.
Yes, and their titles, please.
Yes.
Names and titles. Thank you. Both internal and external. That just really makes it easy for us and for Trudy. Okay. All right. So MGM quarterly report. This is the 2 reports. Joe, are they all set?
Yes, they should be. I did have a request from Dan Miller. He was asking if they could go as close to the end of the meeting as possible. Apparently, Chris Kelly would like to be there for that presentation, but he has a conflict in the morning, so he's hoping that if we push it later, that he might be able to be at that.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I know that it's a very busy day for MGM resorts, and we learned that through Chris Sariano. So happy to do that. And I think there may well be a lunch break, so if that works for him. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do we have any idea at this point what we think the rough extent of the meeting is going to be? It relates to actually 2 matters.
Well, that's what we're doing right now. So let's look if we only have the 1 reg, and we're going to get a briefing on that. It won't be too bad. We've got a couple of straightforward sports wagering. So right now we're probably with everything at most, it's not even an hour. Let's continue to add that up. Okay.
Okay,
So-
because the other item is we're trying to arrange the tour of the 31 Elm Street project. And
Right.
we've been coordinating with Tim Sheehan at the city, and they had suggested a time of 2:15 in the afternoon. And if it's going to be earlier than that, we need to get somebody else that can take us on the tour. So that's the other consideration that we have.
Commissioners, I don't know if they would be available. Does it make sense to do a later start and do early in the morning, or is 2:15 the best time for the city?
2:15 is the best time from the person from Wind Development who
Oh,
would be doing the tour for us.
okay.
Tim said that, if that's too late, he could push to have somebody else from Wind give us the tour. This guy just wanted to do it.
Commissioner O'Brien,
So no, I guess to follow up on your question, Madam Chair, Joe, are they available? And I defer somewhat to Brad. I know he's got the longest sort of commute in and out of there, but your idea of, do we move the start time and do the tour beforehand? If it's better, is 2:15 his only option?
He has apparently a groundbreaking in Worcester at 11:30.
Oh, okay, so
So
2:15.
he
first.
said about the earliest he could get back would be for 2:15. And like I said, if that doesn't work, we can get somebody else to give us the tour. It sounds like that wouldn't be a problem, but this gentleman just wanted to do the tour.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about Chris Kelly. How late is he looking for? What's
I'm
like-
not
is
sure
it
when
a
I
1
was
o'clock or an 11 o'clock or?
when I was in contact with Dan earlier, my indication to him was, going as late as possible still may not help if it's a short meeting.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So,
So I'm not exactly sure when he is available. He was thinking, Dan, I think was thinking sort of after lunch, if there was a lunch.
yeah, so I'm worried about the collision with the tour. Mills, there's no problem if we were to start later because we have the whole day, correct?
We have the whole day. I would just want to communicate that to the folks at the Mass Mutual Center so they would know when their staff needs to be there.
We probably should explore whether there could be a different tour guide in the morning. Commissioners, is that your preference? I see Commissioner Hill nodding his head. I would like Chris Kelly to be able to be there, but I know we also want that tour. So, Commissioner O'Brien, is that your preference as well to explore a morning tour?
We can, Brad and I bookend each other, so too early of a start on Thursday creates problems for me.
Right.
So, if we can pull that off where we do the tour, go into the meeting, it accommodates Chris, and we wrap up not too late, that's perfect, but.
Okay. All right,
Well,
let's
I
see
think-
how we
I think
do.
If we're looking at a meeting that might be, 2 or 2.5 hours, we could probably do the tour at 10, start the meeting at 11, and still probably be out at a reasonable hour. But I guess we'll need to see what it's going to look like.
Let's see what it's looking like, okay? But that's exactly where my mind was going, but that could be hard too, I understand. All right. Continue on. I know that you've got the guideline modifications potentially, but I've also asked Chief Delaney if he wouldn't mind giving a summary, a presentation on what the Community Mitigation Fund has done for the Region B Springfield area. We did somewhat of that at the GPAC meeting. Commissioner Maynard, you were there. I think that it makes sense without a whole lot more work for you, Joe, to do this.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I've got Lily doing a data dump on our database, and my thought was we would just have a chart essentially that showed the community, sort of the number of grants they got and the total dollar value without lots of detail on each and every grant.
No, maybe your summary could be highlighting the areas, this area, and giving a couple examples that are particularly of interest or impactful that you liked. We'll leave it to you.
Yeah.
But I think that's that would be great. Thanks. So there'd be the 2 quarterly reports, anything to do with the modifications that they're going to, we wouldn't be voting then, or?
Well, I think at that point, I'm just thinking if something sort of critical came up at the public hearing that the commission would need to weigh in on, if someone, I don't know, is suggesting that their community should get more money, you know, is it something that you want us to go back and look at and reevaluate to come back to the commission? Or is it something saying, hey, let's just go with what we've got? It's sort of that,
Okay.
you know, do we, you know, do we try to address the comment? And I don't know what could come out. I just wanted to make sure we had some time set aside in case that happens.
Okay.
Kathy, you're on mute.
Thanks, Frank. So, sorry, I just a little bit in a public pass through here. In terms of timing, Joe, what do you think your 3 items would amount to?
Well, I'd say the quarterly reports, since they'll be doing them together, I think in total, those usually take about 20 minutes, but I think since they're doing 2 at once, you know, probably about a half hour to 40 minutes tops on those. I think the discussion on the Region B applications, that's probably really just a kind of a 5 to 10 minute kind of thing. And then the discussion on the guidelines will depend really what comes out of Thursday, but I'd maybe reserve 20 minutes for that.
Okay. All right. Then we turn to the Race Development Fund benefits. I think Dr. Lightbound, we probably, I meant to send an email yesterday to schedule a meeting beforehand, Commissioner Hill. Is that, you would like to do that? But you're going to be all set for, we're going to be all set for November 2nd, correct?
Yes, yes, we'll be all set. And as Mill said, people that are involved should be able to call in. I'm thinking Mindy from Kentucky.
Yeah.
She
Good.
wouldn't be coming into Springfield, so
No,
she'll have that
so
option to call in. Whatever.
available to call in. If well, they can also be watching to the stream. So it depends on who needs to participate. So that's a conversation that we want to make sure to put them on the agenda if they're participating. Okay. So we'll figure that
Right.
out.
If it's up to the commissioners if you think you might have questions for her or Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll arrange for that. Okay. So that's all set to go. And there will
And then
be
I think
vote,
it will
right?
need a vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
Thank you.
vote. We were thinking the same thing, Dr. Lightbound. I'm noting vote. So that's good. And thank you again for yesterday. Do you have any other item for, you'll do the Sire Stakes update under Interim Executive Directors Grossman's Administrative Update. Anything else, Dr. Lightbound, for the 2nd?
No.
Okay. All right, then we're turning to you, Director Vanderlinden.
Good morning.
Good morning. Agenda summary.
Yeah, I think we're set for that. We're almost done pulling together a memo or a report for you, so it should be in the commissioner packet in the next couple days.
Okay, and if you could, for those who have any items, if we're sending emails to you as reminders, but if you wouldn't mind sending us language, that would be great. As Bruce reminded us, to make sure we know who's participating in the titles. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much. And then, good. And I think that will probably be how long of a discussion, Mark?
It could be, I think it's going to be brief. I think it will be just Bonnie and me. And I think that we will kind of walk through what this report. So maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. And then we have the FY24 budget update. I'm looking for Derek. There he is on cue.
Hello, we'll be ready. We'll have some adjustments to go through, but it'll be a good report.
And it will be about a good half-hour discussion, Derek?
Yes.
More.
I think a half hour would probably cover most of the discussion, but if you wanted to put 45 minutes, we will not exceed that.
Okay, well, this is where there's a robust discussion, everyone. So we want to make sure we have full time. And again, I know that it's so appreciated that this is such a transparent process, so Derek will make sure that we get all our questions asked and answered. All
Yes,
right.
we'll probably start scheduling 2x2s on Friday, once you've had a chance to get the information.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else from the team for November 2nd? Not seeing anyone. Thanks, Derek. Not seeing anyone. All right, so Trudy, I don't know if you've been adding up a little bit, but if we have a 10 o'clock start, we're certainly going to be to the 12:30, I think. Or at least noon time, to take a break and then turn to the quarterly reports after lunch to accommodate Chris, maybe starting at 1 for a 2:15 tour. We could work it that way, commissioners. What do you think? Because if we start at 1 after lunch or quarter of 1, we'll be ready for 2 to go over to the 35 Elm. What do you think? Commissioner O'Brien likes that. Commissioner Hill?
Yeah, that works.
Commissioner Hill?
So we'll see how we're doing with time, but don't not have the tour because of my schedule. If that's what the commission wants to do is at 2 o'clock, please do that. If we're past 2 o'clock, then I will make a decision at that time.
Okay, just another question. Commissioner O'Brien, how early could you make a Springfield visit?
Before 10 is difficult for me. I could try to make it work, but it's harder for me to get to Springfield before 10.
Okay, so the real.
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
You're so kind to try and fit everybody's schedule. Please put it at 2 o'clock, and if there's an issue, I'll deal with that at that time.
You mean the tour at
Yes,
2:15? Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
Right.
Madam Chair, the other thing is there are kind of two components to this tour. There's the actual tour of the building, but there's also the work that's being done on Elm Street itself. That's part of our Community Mitigation Fund grant. So, and that Chris Signoli, DPW director, he's in charge of that project. So maybe we can, I'll check with Tim Sheehan and see if maybe we can get Chris out there at 2 o'clock so we can look at the road work and then do. I mean, that won't take a terribly long time. It's not a huge area to look at. And then maybe we do the building at 2:15 and that tightens up a little bit.
Thanks so much. We'll work on that schedule, but it sounds like we'll have a 10 o'clock start.
Okay, and I will get back with Tim Sheehan and let him know that the 2:15 is good for the 31 Elm Street building, and I'll see if we can't get started a little bit earlier on the Elm Street project itself.
Okay, Commissioners Maynard and Skinner, are you okay with a 10 start with a 2:15 tour?
I'll make whatever work.
Okay. All right, Commissioner Skinner, all
Thank
set? Okay. All right, so thanks, everyone. Now we turn to, excuse me. I'm just looking for the little calendar. Just to get that. Oh. I got it. All set now. So between November 2nd, our next agenda setting meeting will be November 8th. That's when we'll roll over those minutes, Commissioner Maynard. Then November 16th is our next public meeting at this point. I believe at that, it's noted here on November 16th, we will follow our public meeting with an adjudicatory hearing for the REIT. So that would be in the afternoon, so a good long day, commissioners. So let's look at November 16th agenda. Oh, did I put November 19th? Did we have that wrong?
It's just a typo. That's a Sunday. So I think you
Yeah,
meant the
that's
16th.
that's my typo, just so you know. Okay, so thank you. I'm glad I wasn't getting it wrong because it is a Thursday, right? We're gonna have administrative update. We'll reserve that. Minutes, legislative update, regulations. I now know that we're gonna have our racing. Anything else, Todd and company?
Nothing in the regulation field.
We do have, under, on item number 5, though, it's under sports wagering, but that's the waivers dealing
Right.
with data privacy. So it is a regulation related. You two teams will be working together on that. I see Carrie there, you, and then Bruce.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be dealing with racing and data privacy. All right. At this point, nothing else and no other non-sports betting related regs, correct? Carrie and team, Todd?
I think that's it for regs as far as I'm aware.
Okay, all right. Anything besides the waivers at this point, Director Ban?
Crystal, you didn't have anything else on that agenda, did you?
Just the main.
Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be enough for that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if something comes up, just let us know. We have one more agenda setting anyway.
Yes.
Okay. So we have fiscal year 24 budget update. Because is it a two-part that we vote the second time, or is that just an error on my part, Janet?
I think it was a placeholder in case this got pushed.
Okay.
But looking at it, we should be able to make this the meeting on the 2nd. I'm not seeing anything that would keep us from doing that.
And so we can vote on.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. And then we have the quarterly reports for Q3, right? Chief Delaney?
Yeah, that should be PPC and Encore rather than MGM Springfield.
Okay. And then we have CMFF guidelines modification. Is that our vote date?
That is tentatively the vote date. Yes.
Great work. And you met your time frame.
Not
Always
yet.
do.
Not yet.
That's another way of looking at it.
A big hippie parade.
I'm always confident with Mary in the background that that will happen. All right. Anything else for the 16th?
There's one more thing, Madam Chair, Commissioners. I believe we'll actually have a proposal for a protocol for the handling of non-compliance matters ready for the Commission to consider. That's been a collaboration amongst a number of different divisions, and I think it's in a good place at this point.
And then that's a procedure that is supported by a reg. It's just in terms of so that everybody knows it's not a reg coming to us, it's a procedure.
Yes, it's essentially the implementation of a reg. It's just to be clear, it's for sports wagering related non-compliance matters specifically. But yes, it's based on a reg.
Okay. All right. Okay, another item that I'm noting, we are anticipating an executive session for a public safety update from MGM for November 16th.
Madam Chair, there is one matter with the IEP as well. Excuse me. I'm just going off of what Todd just said. The IEB does have one matter to schedule. It's the review of the non-compliance matter related to DraftKings. I'm not sure if there's a preference to do this after what Todd just indicated that is outstanding in terms of the procedure that might affect this matter. But the IEB submitted last week its review of a non-compliance matter related to DraftKings. So we just would like to get that scheduled either on the 16th or the 30th for the IAB to brief the commission.
Okay. Kathleen, you raised a good point. So you're not thinking necessarily just immediately after in the sequence of the November 16th agenda, but perhaps actually digesting and then 2 weeks later bringing it forward on the 30th.
It may make sense, yes, if you're discussing the procedure of how to handle this would be a matter that would be affected, I think, by that discussion in the commission's decision as to how to proceed with the sports wagering non-compliance matters. So if it might make sense to maybe move this to the 30th so that, you know, as you just noted, Chair, that the commission maybe has time to consider how they want to proceed in these types of matters.
I think we'll put it on for the 30th.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioners, no objection to that. We have the documents. Okay. Commissioner O'Brien, doing this a little bit on the fly here, not fly, just meaning not in my normal space. November 2nd, I think we should add just an update on the independent monitor. Do you think that makes sense? Just
Yeah, it does make sense.
The timeline and okay. So we'll just add that to November 2nd as well. Nothing real substantive, you know, we just had our check-in so that we can understand their reporting to all of us, okay? That should be very brief. Anything else then for the team for November 16th? Am I missing anyone? Okay. So under review, we'll just start the process. ILAB, keep under review.
Yes, please.
Compliance committee, keep under review.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Skinner, the compliance around the host community agreements.
Let's keep that under review as well, please.
Okay.
Right, Joe?
90-day.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you. 90-day audit.
We're still working with IT on that.
Okay. Dr. Andrews. I don't know if she's in or Director Vanderlinden. Economic impact reports. There she is. Hi, Bonnie.
Hello. So we did want to move one of the economic impact reports, the Encore Boston Harbor operations report, for December 14th.
Do you mean the 16th or the 14th?
Oh, December 14th.
Oh, December, sorry.
Yes, no worries.
All right. Okay. And if that's a while away, but we will have it marked up, and then the language that you'll want and the participants that will you send that to Trudy and me, always helpful. Thanks, Dr. Andrews. I'm looking forward to that one. And I always look forward to the reports anyway, but be very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The bet restriction, Director Ban?
Yes, we're working, Andrew, Crystal and I are working with together to put something together for that. We've also met with Nikisha on that and hope to re-meet again soon.
Okay, so we'll keep it for under review right now.
Yes.
Not quite
Yes.
scheduled.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Commissioner Skinner and team on the diversity audit. Under review still, or do we have a date?
Under review, I think it's too soon for a second update to the full commission. So for now, please keep that under review.
Okay. Thank you. Similar for the licensing management system. That should have Kara's name.
Yeah, the responses have to be submitted to Combis by October 30th.
Oh, so that's an important announcement.
According to John Scully, who sent an email around.
I'll put John on this too. So just in the event anyone is listening, the response due date is coming right up, October 30th. Good.
Correct. Responses are due October 30th by 3 p.m. in combis.
Okay, thanks. That's been great work. Okay. We now have item number 9 on schedule for November 2nd, so we can take that off. Okay. The mission statement working group. Commissioners O'Brien and Maynard.
Looking at November's calendar, I don't know if either the last one in November or the first one in December. Commissioner Maynard, do you think either one of those makes sense?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So which one?
Why don't we say December and then we can advance it? Because early November is pretty chock-a-block. So I think there was going to be one more meeting before we brought it forward to the 5 of us.
So December 14th.
Is that the first one? Yeah, okay. That works.
I definitely have smaller space here. So I think it's December
14.
You know, it says the 12th, and that must be again a mistake on my part. So I'll put that in December 14th. Trudy, did
12 is a
move it to December
Tuesday.
12th? Yeah, it's
I don't
December
know why that is.
14th, Trudy. That could just be a typo. December.
Yep.
It should
It
be
is the
Thursday,
14th.
December 14th.
Yep. So that's gosh. I think some quick typing going on my part. My apologies. Okay. Mission statement working group. We'll have them December 14th. And if you move it forward, we'll come to it then. Commissioner Hill, with respect to the letter to the legislature, we had a very busy week this week. Didn't make sense for us to have meetings this week. So maybe next week, Brad?
Yes. Yep.
Let's schedule, Trudy, if we could schedule something with that group for next week, that would be great.
That, just so Trudy knows, so that would be the chair, that would be me, that would be Mills, and that would be Todd, I believe, is the working group.
With Derek hovering in the background. Okay, good. Now the internship program.
So Commissioner O'Brien, we're actually having a meeting today at 1 o'clock. I would say, I don't know if you would agree, Commissioner O'Brien, but probably also a mid-December. That way we could potentially kick it off before the next semester.
Yeah. Yep.
A new mission statement and new interns, all for the 2024 year.
The mission statement is to hire interns.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could be one document. Yeah. It could be a bullet point, certainly, right? Okay. Item number 13, Mark, that's the RFI. You did do a little bit of an update at the last meeting on that.
Right. The RFI closed last Friday. We received 5 responses. So we obviously need to review and organize those responses in a way that we can present it to the commission. So if we could just leave it under review right now, that would be great. But
I'll just take off the RFI and just call the player risk identification and response.
Correct. Yeah, that sounds good. I agree.
Okay. And then you'll let us know if it stays under review. Okay. Encore Boston Harbor floor plan expansion, not amendment, expansion. And that's just under review right now, Kathleen, correct?
Yes, I see Berg is on, but I think that's under review still. He's getting some more information. We'll have some updates, I think, further into November.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. couple of things I thought might be good to add for under review. And I was reminded of this during our wonderful Game Sense update. Commissioners, I think it'd probably be helpful for us to learn a little bit about the VSE reinstatement process and us learn how that's done and where there are challenges and where there are successes. So could we put that under review, Mark?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
okay. I thought yesterday's presentation was really helpful, and I liked the concentration on RG, Mark. I'm glad that you were able to be right there. Thank you. So the VSE reinstatement process, and we can talk about that a little bit. Commissioners, I don't know if you have anything to add, but I think that's a good topic for us to tackle. The conference update, do you want us to put that under review, Mark, to keep it for accountability, or?
Sure. Yeah, that's good. I have a meeting later this morning, so it's definitely a work in progress right now. So.
Yeah, so maybe just keep it under review, and then we'll have an update at the right time. What is what are we calling your conference?
MGC Research Conference.
Okay, thanks.
There should be something
We'll work on the marketing on that. Yeah, but right now that's just a placeholder. I see Bonnie smiling. It's like, oh, maybe we can think about that. Okay, good. Let's see. That's all that I had for additional under review. Commissioners, do you have any items that you want to add for under review? And then team. Trupti, did you have something that you were thinking of that you wanted to add? Oh, I saw you come in, so I wondered. Oh, there you go, Mark. Thank you.
We want to put the Springfield Public Safety Report under review. It's entering its final stage through our research review committee, but of course we want to share that with the local police chiefs and get their feedback before it would come to the commission.
Yeah. Commissioner O'Brien, are you all set with that? Okay, good. Under review. Crystal, good morning.
Good morning. Not technically under review, I don't think, but I don't see the dates on here that we selected for the quarterly reports. So technically they're under review, but I think we
should add them. Thank you.
Yeah.
So remind me what we've added so that we can tell the commissioners. I think that, Judy, you've added that to calendars, correct?
I don't think the holds are there. We just identified time that all of the commissioners had available. So I think that's why they're not on this. So it was November 27th and December 7th. And the time is flexible because this, at this point, is the only item. So whatever works for you guys, but I just want to make sure we have that.
Thank you. And we'll add that. So commissioners, those are single item public meeting dates, because Crystal, how many will we have on each?
We're going to try to get 5 on each.
5 on each. Yeah, that's perfect. And it may be 4 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, I just, once I have the times, I can work with the operators as to who's available when and confirm with you guys who will be here.
Trudy, did we decide 10 to 12? Is that, wait, how many minutes do we need? I can do this now.
It's about, last time it was about 20 to 30 per, and that was, with questions. So I think that's about right.
So 10, so we'll start at 10, but probably will go to 1.
12:30, but yeah. And then
but for questions and everything, so 3 hours for the 5 each. And if it, I think Trudy, you had planned for 10 start on.
Yes.
Okay.
On each day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that reminder, Crystal. Okay. Those are then to add to our little calendar.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anything else, team members? Hi, Kathleen.
Yes, just one thing, Madam Chair. I just wanted to highlight, Heather had a note regarding the continuation on the Penn ESPN deal. She had noted that she expected to get some information from Penn later this week with response to some questions that were posed and the issues that were discussed at the October 19th meeting. And I know that's scheduled, I believe, on November 7th for another meeting at 10 a.m.
So we did have another one. My apologies. We have something on the 6th too, I think. November 7th is the ESPN, and we've set aside a couple of hours on that. Update that on the calendar. Trudy, what do we have on the 6th? Do we have a public meeting or an adjudicatory?
It's the racing adjudicatory hearing, I think.
Racing adjudicatory hearing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. Thanks. Okay. But the ESPN is not an adjudicatory hearing, it's just another public meeting, but single item. All right. We have a single item agenda following this meeting. 11:15 start. And anything else? So what we can do is I'll update that calendar that we start our agenda setting meetings with these dates. And if everybody, we'll just send that out as a separate email to you so that you can all look. It's busy, a busy time. So I don't want anyone to miss a meeting. Anything I'm missing, Trudy?
No, I think we're good for now.
Okay, November 6th, November 7th. Okay. Commissioners, any further business? Joe, you're all right? Okay, then so I think the way this works, right, Mills and Commissioner Skinner, I think it's yours and Commissioner Hill's single item. I think we have to start at 11:15, right? Or can we go straight? Or maybe I should turn to our lawyers. We need to start at 11:15, correct? Todd? If we adjourn this meeting, the next one is.
Oh,
scheduled.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I misunderstood what you were asking. Yes,
No.
I think that's what the notice said. So yes. That is
Yeah. So we got through the agenda setting meeting quickly today. Plenty for us to do between now and 11:15. So I think I just need a motion to adjourn, correct?
Move to adjourn.
Oh, second.
All right. Commissioner O'Brien,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner,
Aye.
Commissioner Maynard.
Aye.
I vote yes, 5-0. Okay, so I'll see everyone in a bit. And thank you, everyone. Thanks for yesterday too. Excellent work.